Okay, Dimitri, we have to have a little chat. We're going out of town again in a couple days, but you know, we're going to come back. We always come back, and you're going to be in charge. All right? So you have to be in charge from your cage. We've got to close the door so you can't fly around the house. There'll be plenty of seed, plenty of water, but we'll be back in a couple days. We always come back. Well, guys, we're finally heading out of town. Well, we're going to stop for an early lunch at one of our favorite little places up here, just off the resort strip. It is pretty. Did not do a video last week. It was a very, very busy week work-wise, and you know, when the opportunity strikes, you gotta hit it. You gotta seize the opportunities. I can't tell potential income sources, no, I need to shoot some video. I can't deal with you. That doesn't work very well. You know, it's not that I'm greedy. It's just that, you know, we all have dreams we want to chase, and we have our share of dreams. But also, there are nightmares that I want to run away from. If you've watched my channel, you've seen John 2.0 video about my personal set of nightmares. But another one, a situation I observed one time, and it too terrified me. I was in a restaurant with our real estate crew one day many years ago having lunch, and I noticed there was an elderly man there, probably in his late 70s, looking like he should be really enjoying the benefits of all of his years of labor. But he was a busboy. And I'm thinking, he's in a situation where Social Security isn't enough, and he actually has to work bussing tables to make ends meet. You know, and that's the nightmare I want to run away from, and do everything I can to make sure I have money in the bank. So when I'm that age, I don't have to bust my hump. So that was a motivating factor. And I'm sitting here talking, and I'm going to miss my turn. I'm going to take our helmets in.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave my jacket out.
All right, I'll leave the jacket.
Yummy.
You always say that.
I love their food here.
It may just be chicken noodle soup, but it's some of the best chicken noodle soup I've ever had in my life. It's really good.
John and I met Ann and Pat, the owners of Stockpot, when they were just a table at the farmer's market. It is so neat to see the success that their restaurant has become. I love the food there. I've never had a meal that disappointed me. Ann is a talented chef and has a knack for putting together ingredients that are a bit unusual but absolutely delicious. It is our Saturday morning splurge. We love eating there. As they say, it's a good food vibe.
So where are we heading to for this trip? We are heading just a short distance out of town up to a place called Charles City Courthouse, which is the midway point between Colonial Williamsburg, Jamestown, and the state capital of Richmond, along State Route 5, which was originally the only road going from the Jamestown and Williamsburg area to the state capital of Richmond. It was a halfway point, which offered the county courthouse, a grocery store, and a boarding house. Our Airbnb is a restored home from the Revolutionary War period, which is right next to Charles City Grill, which is also a pub which dates back to the Revolutionary War days. You gotta love that. The reason we're going to go visit friends which live in both Richmond and Williamsburg. So it's a halfway point between them both. Right here is the Wakefield Airport. And there's a cute story that goes with that airport. Years ago when I was teaching flight training, we use this airport occasionally for takeoffs and landings because it's a very quiet airport. We don't have that much traffic to worry about. So we're doing takeoffs and landings. My student that day was a young woman, quite talented, but she was also African American. And I had never had the pleasure of teaching an African American female before. So anyway, didn't really change the dynamics of teaching. She was picking up the program pretty quickly. And the process is unless you're doing a touch and go, which is when you land, get the flaps up, and then road debris. I missed it. So the process is on a touch and go, if you land, get the flaps up while you're on the roll, and get full power again and get airborne. That works unless you're teaching specialized takeoffs and landings, in which case you need to make a full stop, taxi back to the end of the runway, and set up for the next departure and do it again. So we were doing that. We were taxiing back down the runway, and I happened to notice on the side of the runway there were some crops in the field. This was in November. I'm just making a casual comment. I'm going, November. It's cotton. I would have thought that they would have harvested the cotton by now. And she looks at me. I could see the stare. And she looks at me and she says in the most serious tone, "I don't know anything about picking cotton." And I realized I had made a very serious faux pas. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to extricate myself from this social dilemma. And she just busts out laughing. And she says, "Don't be so serious, that's a joke." So it was it makes for a good story.
Our Airbnb at Charles City was one of the most interesting places that we've ever stayed. The house dates back to about 1750, so it has seen some action from both the Revolutionary War and the Civil War era. The house was filled with antiques, and you couldn't help but noticing the stuffed foxes. Turns out the couple who owns the house are really big into fox hunting, and one of the couples that was staying there as a guest are actually involved in the Princess Anne hunt. He's the huntsman, and the club is building a home for them in Sherwood Forest. No lie, that's the honest to goodness truth. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it?
There's a lot to be said about going to a place where the building is old. We have this thing in our society of bulldozing buildings, laying down lots of asphalt, and building brand new buildings. I never understood that. And this building has been here. It was a general store before it was a pub, going back to the 1700s during the Revolutionary period. So it's a very interesting place.
Excuse me. Why don't you finish your beer so we can get out of these cans?
You gotta love that. You don't get an offer like that every day. I've only been in this pub for 10 minutes. Even the hardwood floors are a little rickety, but they're very old. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We're going to wrap up this video and get a good night's sleep and start fresh again tomorrow. Y'all take care.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Feel free to leave a comment below.